How to register a private company limited by shares in Nigeria? A private company limited by shares in Nigeria is the most suitable and recommended form of company to start a business in Nigeria. My name is Samuel Oladele. We shall be discussing about the steps and the requirements involved in registering a private company limited by shares in Nigeria. A private company limited by shares in Nigeria is a structured process governed by the Companies and Allied Matters Act, that is CAMA. A private company limited by shares offers several advantages, including limited liability for its shareholders and separate legal existence from its owner. It is the only form of incorporation recommended for foreigners seeking to do business in Nigeria. Okay, we have several steps. Step one is name reservation. So in private company limited by shares in Nigeria, we have to select, that is during the name reservation, select and reserve a suitable name for the company. The name must be unique and not similar to any existing company name registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission, that is the CAC. Another thing to note also is that it should not violate any trademark or be offensive in nature. The name reservation can be done online through the CAC portal or can be done physically at the CAC office. So once approved, the reserved name is valid for just 60 days. So step two, why going on now? So before proceeding to registration, the applicant or the agent needs to prepare the necessary documents for the registration, and the documents to be preserved are memorandum of articles of association, that is the documents that will outline the company's objective, internal rules, and the regulation governing its operation. The template for these amendments is also provided by the CAC on the portal. Then another document is the application for registration form. That is, this form contains the details such as the company's proposed name, the registered address, the share capital, and the details of the directors and shareholders. Another document is identification and address verification. That is the valid identification such as passport, driver license, or national identity card, and the proof of address for each director and shareholder. So moving on, this step three, stamp duty are paid at the Federal Inland Revenue Service, that's the FIRS, while the registration fee are paid at the CAC. One thing to note is that amount payable depends on the company's share capital. That is, the higher the share capital of the company, the higher the official incorporation fee. Okay, moving on, step four now. So after the payment, the applicant can now submit the completed document to the CAC. That is, they can submit the document through the online, that is through the portal, the CAC portal. Such documents like the required form, the memorandum, the articles, the proof of payment of stamp duties, and other supporting documents. Moving on to step five now. So upon submission of the document, the CAC will review the document to ensure compliance with the regulatory requirements. The process may involve verification of the company's name, the share structure, the all the documents that's been supplied to the CAC. So if everything is in order, the CAC will approve the registration and issue a certificate of incorporation. They will issue a certificate of incorporation, and the certificate is the evidence of legal existence of the company and its incorporation under the Nigerian law. So moving on to step six now. So having received the certificate of incorporation, there are several post-incorporation requirements to fulfill as well, which are but not limited to register with Federal Inland Revenue Service, as the FIRS, as for tax purposes, and obtain a tax identification number, that is TIN. Then another thing is the company maintain a statutory book and record, which includes minutes of meetings, share registered, and other required documents. Another post-incorporation requirement is the business permit, to obtain business permits and license. Although the business permit and license, it varies according to each company, but every company must make sure that they obtain every required business license and permit that is being relevant to the regulatory authority in which they are being subjected to. Having said all of that, the foreign-owned private company limited by shares, although locally owned company and foreign owned company have a similar requirement, but we should note that a foreign owned company must have a minimum of 1 million authorized share capital for it to be registered, and also foreign owned company must maintain a local secretary as part of his condition for the registration. So having said all of that, in conclusion, by following all the steps diligently that I've mentioned above, I've mentioned earlier, all necessary documents that have been complied with, all necessary fee have been paid, applicants can successfully establish a private company limited by shares in Nigeria. Thank you.